Good afternoon. This is Jill Cameron Creations. I received a question the other day on a Facebook group from, I believe her name was Tara, that she wanted to know how to print and cut digital stamps in using her Silhouette. So I did a video the other week on how I used my PicScan mat to do stamped images. And today we're going to talk a little bit about how to actually print in Silhouette Studio and then cut it out after you've colored your image. So what we're going to do is the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open a new page, and we have, actually, let's do this an easier way. Let's go to open, and I'm going to select Alice May. This is from Some Odd Girl. I love her stuff. And I'm going to change my page size. I just went ahead and opened the image in either a PNG or a PNG or a JPEG file. Will open in Silhouette Studio without a problem. I usually do 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 4 1/4 by 5.5, and I'm just changing my page size so that I can resize my digital stamp. I'm going to zoom out here so I can grab my handles appropriately. And my program is going to run a little slow just because I have my live capture on. So I apologize for that. But there we go. So now I have resized my stamp to the size that will fit the front of my card. And then I'm going to change this back, and this is just in page setup, to 8.5 by 11. So you have your full sheet of paper, and then on page setup you have the registration marks, and it has like 3 little ticks in the corners of the paper, and it's currently on off. And we want to go and select the Cameo Portrait Curio Type 1, and you'll notice, zoom out here just a little bit so we can see the whole thing. You have a tick mark here, that's the black square. You have little corner notches here. And you want to make sure that your printed image is on the inside of this grid, on the inside of your cut border, and so that it's kind of in the center of the paper. And then once it's there, literally just click print and send it to your printer and print it. And it's going to print the little black mark, little black square, and it's going to print the 2 corner marks. That's what your Cameo is going to read when it goes to cut it out to find your stamped image on the paper. So once you have that printed out, go ahead and color your image up, do what you need to do, and then you're going to come back to your Silhouette Design Studio, and you're going to select Trace Area. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. And that kind of looks like sandwich bread, but I think it's supposed to be a butterfly. To me it looks like sandwich bread for some reason. And then select Trace Area here, and you'll get a teeny tiny little crosshair. And you're going to select all of your digital stamp. And it's going to put a line, a yellow line around it. Now, what you want to look for is that there is a solid yellow line around the entire outer edge. We don't care about the stuff in the middle and all the details of the stamp. We want all of the outline of it. If there is a gap in it, or it's kind of on the thin side, I would recommend bumping up the threshold just a notch or 2 until that line thickens up and or the hole fills in on it. If you hear weird noises in the background, my cat is over here licking a plastic bag for some reason. I'm going to vote for she's a cat. And 2, I'm washing clothes in the next room, so you'll hear the pump running in a minute, because it's in a basement below grade. So anyway, so what we're going to do, we're not going to trace, because if you click trace, that's going to trace every single line in the image, and that's not what we want. We want to trace the outer edge of this image. See, it put a red line around the edge of the entire image there. But we don't want it to cut right up against that line either. So we're going to slide our stamp out of the way, and we're going to click on this, and we're going to go to the Open Offset panel, and we're going to click Offset. And that gives us another line outside of that one. And I like to do 0.035. You can do that at whatever you want, but it puts a nice little gap around my image that's just enough for what I want it to do. Then I'm going to click directly on the line on the inside and delete it. If you don't want it to cut a little hole, because it's going to cut an area somewhere in here for her, yeah, in between her hair and stuff right here. If you don't want that, you can delete that. Alright, you can use your arrow keys on your keyboard to adjust this back in its spot so it has the perfect amount all the way around. Ta-da! All done. And now all you need to do is send this to your Cameo. We're going to click send. Mine is not turned on. Hang on just a second. I think I forgot to do this last time too. And there goes my washing machine. Alright. I have a Cameo 3 and it's running a auto blade. Select your cardstock, and your cardstock is going to be 80-pound heavyweight cardstock. And it will automatically adjust for you. I'm going to add my Bluetooth machine over here. Click OK. And it's finding my machine, and it's found my machine. So now all I have to do is insert my cutting mat on my, put my paper on the cutting mat and send it through my Cameo. A couple things I will note. If you're having trouble getting this to cut, do a couple test runs first before you color an image. The other thing is make sure your machine is on a well-lit area, and make sure that the firmware on the machine is the newest version. Right now, the version of Silhouette Studio that I am running is 4.1.206. I have Business Edition, but you don't have to have Business Edition to do this. I think that's about it. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to email me, message me on Facebook, however you need to get in touch with me. Jill at jillcameroncreations.com, and I will definitely get that email. Or you can message me through my Facebook page, Jill Cameron Creations, and send me a message, and I will be happy to answer any questions to the best of my ability. I'm not an expert at this. I just figured this out the other week that, oh my goodness, I could actually cut out a digital stamp using my Silhouette, and it opened up a whole new world to me. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.